Welcome to another episode of Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives podcast. Before we dive into this episode, are you interested in a free guide that's going to help you explore plant-based alternatives to increase your nutrient-rich lifestyle? If you are, go ahead and click the link in this description. Click the link, download your free copy right now, but make sure you come back to listen to this episode. Go ahead and click the link. Click it up because it has a consolidated grocery list. It has recipes on it. It has all the different alternatives that you can get to make sure you're getting in all the nutrients you need on this lifestyle to keep vibrating high. Calling all my thrivers, my conquerors, those diagnosed with endometriosis, adenomyosis, and PCOS, polycystic ovary syndrome. Go ahead and grab a free comprehensive healing guide to support you on your holistic journey by clicking the link in the description. Just for you. Just for my thrivers. Go ahead and click the link. Click the link. Hit pause on this video. Click the link. Download your free guide and come back to listen to this episode. Just make sure you come back. And lastly, are you currently seeking support with adopting healthy habits within your lifestyle as you heal and prioritize your well-being? I just might be your healthy habits and lifestyle coach. Excited about empowering you along the way. So click the link in the description of this video to start the My Healing, My Journey process today. So are you ready to get into this episode? Because if you are, you already know what time it is. Vibe with me, y'all. Welcome to the Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives podcast. It's another episode of the Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives podcast. I am your host, Jo Bonnie, the Healthy Habits and Lifestyle Coach, here to bring you an episode all about PCOS. What is PCOS? PCOS stands for polycystic ovary syndrome. Okay, we're going to talk about all the secrets and discover how to manage it in a way that's easy to understand and as well super empowering. All right, so PCOS is like a little puzzle in our bodies. So let's imagine our ovaries as a garden. All right, as a garden. Sometimes tiny cysts can grow there and cause some confusion in our bodies. All right, when I say ovaries, let's talk about these ovaries. All right, ovaries are a vital part of the female reproductive system. Okay, they're paired organs located on either side of your uterus in the lower abdomen. All right. Ovaries have two main functions. One, to produce eggs. All right, so ovaries produce and release female reproductive eggs called eggs or ova. Each month, one of those ovaries release an egg during a process called ovulation. And the egg travels down the fallopian tube where it can potentially meet sperm for fertilization. And then that's when we start creating babies. And then the second function is hormone production with the ovaries. So ovaries are responsible for producing hormones, so including estrogen and progesterone. All right, so these hormones play central roles in regulating the menstrual cycle. All right, maintaining pregnancy and influencing secondary sexual characteristics such as breast development and certain body shape. All right, but overall, ovaries are crucial for reproductive health and the hormonal balance that influences various aspects of a woman's physical development and reproductive processes through her life. So PCOS, polycystic ovary syndrome. It's like having some unexpected guests in our garden. All right, these guests can kind of mix up our hormones, causing changes in our bodies. Okay, what makes these unexpected guest visits our garden? Pretty much what's the cause and different types of PCOS? Well, it's like a secret code that's passed down in our families. I think PCOS was passed down on my maternal side, my mom's side of my family. Why do I say that? Because of facial hair. My grandma, two of my aunts, maybe my mom and two of my aunts, some can just pluck. Others wax, shave, pluck, wax, shave are mostly how they get rid of unwanted facial hair. Okay, unwanted facial hair. So that was one of my symptoms of being diagnosed with PCOS, the visibility of facial hair. But there's many different types of PCOS. One where we have cysts on the ovaries. We just talked about ovaries. Another related to hormones. And then lastly, a mix of both, kind of like a combination. All right. So PCOS is a complex condition that manifests in different ways. While there isn't a universally accepted classification system for PCOS, it's commonly categorized in different types or phenotypes based on the predominant symptoms and hormonal imbalances observed in individuals. So the main types of PCOS is one, insulin resistant. All right, this type is characterized by insulin resistance where the body cells don't respond effectively to insulin. And so insulin is a hormone. Remember, this is about hormones that helps regulate blood sugar levels. So in insulin resistant PCOS, the body compensates by producing more insulin, which can lead to higher androgens, male hormones levels, irregular periods, and sometimes weight gain. And that was another one for me, irregular periods. Sometimes I'll miss a month of my menstrual cycle. Sometimes I'll miss 2 or 3 months. So I wouldn't have a cycle, where there's other people who have multiple cycles within a month. So irregular periods can go either way. And then weight gain, extreme weight gain, cause of weight gain, but your lifestyle isn't too much of a difference. That's also a sign of PCOS. And then you have hyperandrogenic PCOS. This type involves higher levels of androgens, those male hormones in the body. So symptoms may include excessive facial or body hair, all right, acne, so these pimples that you can't really get rid of and you wonder where they're coming from, male pattern baldness, and irregular periods comes up again. This type often occurs in women with normal insulin levels. And then you have the third one, the combined PCOS. All right. And that is when individuals experience a mix of symptoms from both insulin resistant and hyperandrogenic symptoms types. These combined types exhibit characteristics of both insulin resistance and androgen high levels. All right, so it's kind of like having different patterns of guests in our garden. And then each pattern can affect our bodies differently and bring their own set of symptoms. So when you really hear PCOS, think a hormonal imbalance. A hormonal imbalance. It's all about these hormones and figuring out a way to manage them. All right, so some signs and symptoms. So what are some signs when these unexpected guests visit our garden? So we want to keep an eye out for things like irregular or missed periods. That was a big thing for me. Growing up, I was always told, well, you can miss your period based on something that you ate, or if you're having high stress, or if you're very high with physical activity, like higher intensity levels of physical activity, or you're always constantly working out, moving. And I was a dancer, so dancing. So people always gave me a reason to believe that it was normal to have irregular periods or miss my period. And that is not normal. So don't allow anyone to make you believe that that's okay. Finding hair in places we don't expect. Mustache, chin hair, neck hair, hair on the toes. So places, hair on your breast, places that normally you wouldn't expect hair to be growing for women is another kind of like of a sign to show that these unexpected guests are coming into our garden. And then also getting pimples that just won't leave us alone. Getting pimples that just won't leave us alone, or pimples that we get when our periods come on, maybe on just one side of your face. It could be on both. But those are just some signs and symptoms that these unexpected guests are visiting our garden and showing up as PCOS. So let's talk a little bit about seeking help or holistic management. All right, so when should you actually start to talk to someone about these guests that are visiting our garden? So if you're having trouble with periods or unwanted hair or pimples, it's a good time to talk to a trusted adult or a doctor or your nurse practitioner. They can kind of help start figuring things out for you and making sense of these signs and symptoms for managing these guests. Things that you can think about is eating colorful fruits and vegetables. So finding fun ways to create vegetable and fruit dishes that are good for your body, but also taste good. I'm not one for bland food, which is why I'm all about a great empowered plate, because it's just delicious. And that's why I'm here with this delicious dialogue. Also, finding ways that are fun with you to move your body. I enjoy walking with my emotional support animal, Spencer. So that is really fun for me. I used to dance, so dancing is fun as well. I have tried hot Pilates and yoga, but my most consistent with low impact movement, and that is walking, a good power walk, or even just a good long walk. For me, makes my body feel good, helps me get in a better mood. But it's also fun for me to be able to just get out there and walk with my golden doodle. But there are some people who enjoy high intensity workouts. So you really have to just find fun ways to move your body and how your body responds. And then trying relaxing activities. I really enjoy deep breathing to calm my central nervous system down, and it really grounds me. So I like to do a 5-second inhale and then a slow 7-second exhale for my deep breathing. And then you also want to make sure that you're just showing up for you. You're embracing yourself. You're embracing your journey. You're loving on yourself, even when you feel like your body is betraying you and you don't understand what is happening with your body. Just love on yourself a little bit more. Take those moments to just be quiet, be still, and just connect. So I think that's really ideal when it comes into how you could address PCOS in a holistic way. But here we are as we wrap up this episode. 5 ways to heal PCOS, polycystic ovary syndrome, holistically, and foods that could help. All right. So number 1, eating colorful fruits and vegetables. I absolutely love juicing my fruits and vegetables. You can look at the hashtag juice with the forks to see me and my mom getting our juice on. But I absolutely have loved, my body even has loved. I have now seen my periods coming on regularly since I started juicing fruits and vegetables. Just this simple way of incorporating more fruits and vegetables into my lifestyle has just changed my mood, changed my way of how I like to consistently move, giving me energy to continue with my walking, as well as it just tastes so good. It just, and my pain levels, even when my period comes on now, my pain levels have subsided tremendously by getting in more fruits and vegetables and actually transitioning more into a plant-based diet. But eating colorful fruits and vegetables is an absolute great way to helping you have better menstrual health, better periods, but most importantly, helping you heal with PCOS. Number 2, staying active in fun ways. Just move your body, move and groove consistently. Do things that you enjoy, because if you enjoy it, you're going to do it more often and your body's going to appreciate you for that. And you're going to fall in love with this healing journey, which you should, because the healing journey is yours. 3, relaxation exercises like breathing. Again, deep inhale for 5 seconds, slow exhale for 7 seconds. I even set a timer or a moment in my calendar just to check in with myself, just to ground myself. So try it out, see how you feel. Do it for a long period of time, at least 3 to 4 weeks, and see how intentional you can be by showing up for yourself and just being still, by getting in some of those relaxation exercises like deep breathing. You can also do a yoga pose or two to stretch and connect. That'll be also a way to do a relaxation exercise, or even journaling, talking about your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, and just seeing how you really feel, getting what's deep within out on the outside, so you really have that nice connection. And then getting enough sleep. I cannot emphasize getting enough sleep. You absolutely need sleep for a good holistic healing health journey. Sleep is very important, and I feel like sometimes we don't value sleep enough. If you have trouble sleeping and relaxing, my go-to is ashwagandha, whether it's the oil in a tea or even in a gummy. Ashwagandha has really allowed me to prioritize my sleeping in a way that makes me feel relaxed. And then lastly, drinking plenty of water. Staying hydrated has been absolutely ideal for me. I feel like drinking plenty of water just allows me to really flow through my day with ease. It feels like I'm constantly flushing things out. My system is getting what it needs to work with me and not against me. So drinking plenty of water, staying hydrated, it really has a way of helping me feel good. But some of the main foods that help with managing PCOS symptoms will be berries, leafy greens, beans, nuts. I love some honey roasted pistachios, and then seeds, sunflower seeds, chia seeds, hemp seeds. But these seeds, these foods really have a way of showing up and helping improve and manage the symptoms of PCOS. But y'all, this ends another episode of the Empower Plates, Empower Lives podcast. Thanks for vibing with me on this episode. If you're tuning in on an audio podcast distribution platform, please follow the show and leave a 5-star rating. You heard me, a 5-star rating. And if you're watching the visual version on this podcast, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for Vibrations 2347. As always, it's been an absolute pleasure and honor to host another episode of the Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives podcast, the podcast that is all about healing through the transformative power of food. Y'all be easy, be well, but most importantly, keep vibing.